the Alabama Senate actually makes hormone therapy and surgery for trans kids a felony. Okay, this is a very, very, very big deal. Senators voted 23-4 to approve the measure, and it was dubbed the Vulnerable Child Compassion and Protection Act. And it basically made statements that children aren't mature enough to make these decisions on surgeries and drugs, which of course is common sense. They're absolutely correct with this. The fact that a lot of people, specifically Democrats, actually voted against this right here should be very concerning to you. They want a lot of these kids to be able to fully transition themselves. Hormone blockers, you name it. They want all of this stuff to happen to these children that are just claiming they're a certain way. Most of the time, it's the parents that are driving this, by the way. It's the parents that are kind of pushing their kids in that direction. Because most of the time, if you just raise your children like a normal person, you're not going to have any of these issues. They're not going to say anything different. They might see something at school and think it's kind of cool, but that's about it. But when you have these parents pushing these children to do these things, and it's almost like they want it to happen because they want for there to be some kind of thing that they can brag to their friends about, like, oh, my child has to get all of these surgeries and hormone this and hormone that. That's the way that a lot of these parents behave. And it's ridiculous that they're even allowing them to do this to their children when they're too young to make any other decisions in their lives right now. Crazy as it is, you have to be 25 to rent a car. But as a child, you can literally change your entire sex. That stuff like that makes no sense. You have to be 21 to buy alcohol, tobacco, you name it. But you can change your entire gender with all of these drugs that will, by the way, scar you for life. It's not like these things kind of taper off after you get off of them or something. It's not like once you turn 21 and you change your mind, it's all hunky-dory. There's plenty of videos on YouTube and other places talking and showing the different people that have gone through these procedures that are now 20 years old or 30 years old. And they're like, wow, like my entire life is ruined because of decisions my parents pushed me to make years ago that I wish they never would have done that at all. So in a related story to that, the Mississippi House and Senate also recently voted in a pretty much blowout fashion to protect female sports by banning biological males from being able to compete against women, which we talked about under the Equality Act in the last show as well. But that is a big step forward. Obviously, people are extremely concerned about these types of things because Joe Biden is president. Joe Biden's going to let all of these issues continue to fester, and he's going to let it happen because that is the plan of the Biden administration. So it's great to see that we're at least seeing some states step up, make some actual hard decisions that are easy decisions, but hard to get past a lot of times, to get these things put into motion in these states and say, no, not here. You're not having that happen here. We're protecting our women. We're protecting our children. We need to be doing this all over the United States. Every state and all the governors and all the people that support these things need to actually put all of this stuff where it actually matters. Make legislation, put it in bills, get it passed, because this stuff is going to only get worse under a Biden presidency, as we're already seeing now. People, whether that's flooding into the country or whether you're going to see a massive spike of kids that are all of a sudden wanting to get all of these surgeries all of a sudden. They'll say it's the kid's choice, but it's really just the parents that are doing that. We saw the video of the mother talking about the gay he sees to her child. What are the chances that that child is going to be deemed as gay? I would actually bet you money that mother would be extremely upset if her child came out straight, because everything that she's doing is leading them on this path to be gay, to be one of these woke things. That's what they want for their children. So we need to protect these kids against this kind of child abuse, this mental child abuse, and in the case of the transitioning stuff, really a physical child abuse. You just watched a clip from the William Hall Show. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.